Mobile payment systems want to free us from cash and cards, but are they ready to replace your wallet, and which one is best?
This is Apple Pay versus Samsung Pay versus Google Pay.
Apple and Google use NFC, or near-field communication, to make a payment where you tap your phone on a terminal. Most newer terminals come equipped with NFC, but not all.
Samsung Pay uses NFC and a technology called magnetic secure transmission. When you hold the phone to a terminal, it sends a signal that simulates the magnetic strip on a card. This means it works with older terminals, and all three let you make a limited number of payments even when there's no signal.
So I've been taking this test very seriously and only using mobile payments for about a month now, Lexi.
But why is that?
Because I lost my credit card.
Oh.
My physical credit card is nowhere to be found. I already memorized the numbers and I just haven't replaced it. So I've actually appreciated having the option to do either Google Pay or Apple Pay. But even in San Francisco, a city that you would expect to be ahead of the game in terms of NFC terminals, there's still a lot of merchants that don't take either form of payment.
And that's the clear advantage with Samsung Pay is because of that MST, you're going to be able to use this pretty much everywhere. And especially if the merchant has been a bit slow in updating their terminals to NFC or contactless, you're going to be totally fine with Samsung Pay. Samsung Pay, even though it's worked 99 times out of 100 in all of the places I've tried it, there is that one time where it's a different kind of terminal. Maybe it's like an iPad-based system, something that's a little bit different. It won't work. And it's really embarrassing because the shopkeeper's like, oh, it's not going to work. We don't do mobile payments. And I give them the big spiel about Samsung Pay and how it's definitely going to work. This technology will work, and then it doesn't work, and then I'm really embarrassed.
And they're not just on your phones. Apple Pay works on other Apple products like the iPad and watch. Google Pay will work with newer Android phones and watches. And Samsung Pay is also on some Gear watches.
They also work online. Apple Pay has browser payments in Safari and in several apps. Just confirm with your fingerprint or your face and you're done.
Google Pay just rolled out browser payments as well in Chrome, Safari, and Firefox, but not many online stores use it yet.
Google and Samsung Pay also work on sites that use Visa Checkout if you're shopping on your phone.
So I do a lot of shopping online, and as a result, I really love it when a site accepts a mobile payment system so I don't have to enter my details again.
When they do take Apple Pay or Google Pay, it's pretty seamless. You don't have to input anything. All you have to do, at least for Apple Pay, is authenticate. The downside with Apple Pay is that it only works in Safari. Google Pay you can do in any browser.
Right, and the one thing I did find with Google Pay, which was really interesting, when I did find an app that supported it, there are quite a few. It actually tells you in the Google Pay app like exactly which ones it will take through the checkout process. But because when you use Google Pay, your phone is already unlocked and you go and actually start to process the payment through the Google Pay interface, there's no second layer of authentication. Like, you don't need to use your fingerprint or the PIN again to verify that you want to make that purchase. I accidentally bought stuff on Google Pay checkout in an app because I didn't re-authenticate. I was just like, yep, continue, it's got my payment. Oh, it's processed the order and I didn't want it to. So that was a bit of a pain point for me. It would be great if there was just an extra layer in checkout for people like me who buy things accidentally.
Apple Pay Cash lets you send money to friends through iMessage and split the bill. Google's version is called Google Pay Send. As you might expect, only Apple users can send money to each other, but Google lets you send money to Android or iOS users, or through your computer.
So sending money to friends, we have the option of Apple Pay Cash or Google Pay Send. At the time we recorded this video, Samsung Pay does not have a peer-to-peer payment option. Out of those two, which one do you use?
So if I have to be completely honest, I don't use either very much.
Why?
Because there's other options that perhaps are better or that I had already been using. So for me, Google Pay, the fact that I have to download yet another app, that's my biggest barrier of entry. I already have Venmo installed on my phone. I already use others like social media to pay friends. Apple Pay Cash is fine for other people with iOS devices. It's always a gamble. Do they have it? Do they don't? Same thing with Google Pay. And so I don't want to be guessing.
I have to say, I kind of agree with you here. I don't use one of those as my primary source of sending money. I use Zelle, which is in the US, it's that bank-based peer-to-peer transfer system because it's fast. Like within 5 minutes of hitting send that money, it's in my account, which is kind of crazy. Google Pay Send is probably the second fastest for me. It's usually within like 1 business day it's in the account. And then Apple Pay Cash is unfortunately the slowest. It's 1 to 3 business days. But again, all of this depends on the bank that you're with and compatibility.
Mobile payment systems use a method called tokenization to keep card details secure. Once you add your cards to the app, it generates a virtual account number and your real card number is never given to the merchant.
If your phone is stolen, all 3 let you wipe your device remotely, which will remove your virtual wallet right along with it.
But is your phone really ready to replace your wallet?
We challenged all 3 to see which one could buy us more stuff in San Francisco. I took Google Pay and Apple Pay.
And I took Samsung Pay to find out.
Hi, do you take
Yes.
Apple Pay or Google Pay?
Just get a chamomile tea, please.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, can I get a chamomile tea? I just placed the order with you. Thank you. Cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Finally.
No. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye. So Vanessa, I think Samsung Pay clearly won this challenge.
Yeah, it was not even a competition here. You have way more stuff than I do. I couldn't even get my morning coffee, which would have been pretty upsetting if I was relying on Google Pay and Apple Pay alone. I did get some nice flowers, and maybe it would have been a different story online.
Also in other countries around the world, like Australia, where I'm from, NFC and tap to go is huge. Like you can really get away with never having your wallet and only ever using your phone if you want to.
On the other side of the coin, there's El Salvador, where I'm from, where these type of payments aren't even on their radar, so we probably wouldn't have been able to buy anything. So at the end of the day, knowing the benefits of each, which one would you choose?
Samsung Pay, definitely. I mean, I know it's only available on Samsung devices, but I think it's enough of a game-changing feature for me to totally get rid of my wallet if I don't want to carry it with me.
I would probably choose Samsung Pay as well. Obviously, I'm their #1 target. I lost my card, but I do look for other factors in a phone, so I don't know if that alone would be enough to sway me to buy the phone. But what do you guys think? Which one would you choose? Please hit us up on the comments below and tell us what else you want us to compare next. All right. Okay.
Rolling.
If the wind is okay?
Oh, they just look like you guys in a hurricane, but that's fine. Like jackets, hair, everything. It's like
We're reporting live from a hurricane in San Francisco, and we're gonna go buy some to survive. Yeah.